Hi all, it's Gemma here. I'm just going to go in and stream this into our Facebook groups. So please bear with me a moment. Just need to make sure it comes through. So feel free to ask any questions, say hi, anything like that throughout. I'm often a bit naughty and forget to check, but I will promise to try and check the comments today. Right, brilliant. So it's in the groups. I'm just going to share it to our members and Keto Fitness Club. So share to a page. So bear with, sorry guys. Share to a group. So we're going to make lamb keema today, but I'll explain more about that in a minute. Right, so I'm posting it now into the members group, and I'm now going to post it into the public page as well. Hi, Jan. There must be a quicker way of doing this, but I don't know. Boom, excellent. So that should now be done. So I'm going to go back to this. Okay, I'm going to move you. Hope you don't do it while I do this moving, but I wanted to put it up here so you can see the pans. It is a bit unbalanced. There you go. Brilliant. Well, hi. Haven't done live for quite a while now. For those that don't know me, my name's Gemma. I'm one of the associates for Keto Fitness Club. We're going to make lamb keema today, and this is one of those dishes that we make it, love it, so cook it probably every week, and then for some reason then don't have it for a couple of months, and then go back, and then after today, because I haven't had it for a while, I bet after today we're like, oh, so good, let's have it next week. And so it is a really yummy dish. It's quite quick. It's not that difficult. I would say one of the only things at the moment with it is how much is lamb. Lamb is so expensive. Well, a lot of meat is, but lamb. So this uses lamb mince. I've not done it with anything else, but I'm sure that you could, and I'm sure that people have. So you could use it with beef mince, turkey mince, whatever you want, really. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Jan. Welcome to Sunday afternoon. Right, so this, as with most of our recipes, is on our website, but also within a cookbook. So this is the first cookbook that Keto Fitness Club did, WTF, Where's the Fat? Nothing else. And it's in there. It's lamb keema. It's page 72. And the ingredients that you'll need is shallots or leeks. You can use onions, but they are higher carbs. Garlic cloves or garlic puree, ginger, olive oil, or you can use coconut oil or ghee if you really wanted. Lamb mince, chopped tomatoes, turmeric, garam masala, chili flakes if you want a bit of a kick. People that know me know that I'm not the greatest with heat. However, I will be putting some chili flakes in. Paneer cheese, Greek yogurt, chopped coriander if you like it, and then obviously salt and pepper. So I'm going to be serving this with some buttered cabbage as well. So whilst this is cooking, I'll do the buttered cabbage, and then hopefully it will all come together nicely at the end, and we'll have the dish ready for our dinner. So the first thing we need to do is finally chop our shallots. So it says 80 grams of shallots. I've got 4 out. Should we quickly weigh it and see? So obviously you're going to have, I'm going to take probably a third off of the skin and everything. So how much would all these be? The other thing that I've got with my shallots is they're a bit old and they're not the greatest. But let's see. Okay, so those 4 is about 104. So if I see if I've got another little one, and then by the time you take all the peel off and everything, that will probably be about 80. So I would say 4 good size shallots, because some of these are a little bit pathetic, really. So 4 good size. So let's do this. So how is everybody on this Sunday afternoon? Ask any questions as we go along. One of the things that we're quite good at with these lives is when the associates do it, not the professionals like Ella and Mark, but when the associates is we're just everyday cooks like you guys. We're home cooks. We've all got families that we cook for. So we're not professional chefs in any way. So like my chopping, probably if there's some chefs out there, will probably be really crying at the at what I do and how I chop. Hi Amanda, happy Sunday to you as well. So what's everyone been up to? I've been writing an essay. I've got a deadline of the 14th of August for a qualification I'm doing, but we're away on the 8th, so it'll be the 8th is my deadline, and I've got a lot to do. But then it'll be done, and no more studying. I say that every time. After I did my masters, I was like, no more studying, and now I'm doing this. So, but there will be. I'm not doing any more. Okay. So, oh, Sandra, all good. Just eat. Had Marmite pork chop. Okay. So, my answer to that is I don't like Marmite. I am not a fan. I do apologise. I know in Keto Fitness Club there are a lot of fans of Marmite. I am not one of them. So with these shallots, I'm just roughly chopping because I'm going to put them into the food mixer, because I'm going to make a bit of a paste with the ginger, garlic and shallots. So it's going to have a bit of texture, but not loads. So Sandra has put, I love her jelly pie. That sounds a bit weird, Sandra, even though actually the jelly pie was weird. So I went round to see Sandra, and she'd cooked a fathead pizza and had some leftover dough. So made a lovely pie filled with jelly, and unfortunately I didn't like it, I'm afraid. It wasn't my taste. So no, jelly pie is not one that I would be making. Well, actually, I wouldn't make it with fathead. I would make it with other stuff, but not fathead. So I've got my some ginger, and it asks for 1 inch or 2 teaspoons of ginger paste. So I'm not a massive fan of ginger flavour, so I'm not going to put in any more than that, but that's how much I'm going to put in. So it's probably about a sort of a little finger size. And again, I'm just going to chop it roughly and shove it into my food blender. If you don't have a blender, that's fine. You don't necessarily need it. You can just chop it really small. Or if you want chunks of garlic and shallots and ginger, you can. It's totally up to you. So I'm cheating. Rather than using garlic, fresh garlic, I have got some garlic puree, which probably isn't the cleanest of ingredients. But it says 4 garlic cloves or 2 teaspoons of garlic puree. So I'm just going to put a bit in. That's about 2 teaspoons. And then we are going to mix this together to a consistency that we like. So that I think will do. I don't want it pasty, but I do want it a little bit of chunks in it. And so that's the consistency that I'm using. Need to get right. This is where I've got to be careful because I'm going into a drawer now under the laptop and it might move. No, that's all right. Right. So what we need to do in our frying pan is add some olive oil, or you could use coconut oil or ghee. We use ghee if we're doing like, oh, did you see that? Pop off. If we're doing curries or something like that. That's a really weird lid. So I'm heating up my oil on a medium heat, and then I'm going to add the shallots, garlic and ginger, and just let that soften a bit. Just let it go a bit sort of brown. I find with shallots that they don't take long to cook like onions. You do have to be a bit careful. And then once they have softened, I'm going to add the mince. So we've got lamb mince. This is 20%. So we'll use that. I took it out of the freezer yesterday, and it was still a bit frozen. So there are a little bit of chunks of frozen lamb, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to add the mixture. So has anyone made this before? It is a yummy dish. And it's one of those dishes that you could have with sort of any side, really. So, like I said, we're going to have it with buttered cabbage, but we've had it with sweet rice. And in fact, I think we had guests over last night, and I did quite a bit of sweet rice. And I think I've got some left over. So my daughter's boyfriend doesn't like cabbage, so I'm sure he'll probably have the sweet rice. Oh, and I don't know if anyone saw, I made a really nice dessert. So I'm a bit of a fan of the no-bake cheesecakes because they're really easy and look really good and taste really good. So that was what I had for dessert last night, or made for dessert. And this, I don't know if you can see that, is what it looked like. So it had a base of pecan nuts and almonds with butter. And then I made a strawberry jam and put a layer of that on, and then made the cream topping, vanilla, and that's just a bit of the jam gone into it. And then I did the fruit on top. Super, super easy. Looks really good. Non-keto fans loved it. It's quite one of them easy but impressive dishes. Oh, Amanda, yeah, the lives are brilliant, but also there's so many more. There's so many to catch up on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, go onto Facebook. We've got loads on there. Or if you go to ketofitnessclub.com, you've got loads and loads of recipes with pictures and like I said, in the Facebook group, people post different things that they make, and there's loads of inspirations. Cool, those shallots are strong. It's making my eyes go. But I think one of the things that we do pride ourselves on, Amanda, at Keto Fitness Club is, like I said, we are just home cooks. She said, hooking out the thing, she dropped it. We're just normal people on our own journeys. So although I've lost a lot of weight, still got a long, long way to go. And so, yeah, so we're just normal. Well, sort of normal. Normal as you can be. Okay, so these have now softened a bit. And we're now going to add the lamb. So it says 400 grams of lamb, but these packs come with 500. So I'm just going to use use that. And I'm just going to break it up rather than just putting it in as a whole blob. I am just going to break it up a bit just so it cooks a bit more evenly. There's a little bit of frozen. Here we go. Wash my hand. Amanda just said she's ordered all the books last week. Have they arrived yet, or are you still waiting for them? They're brilliant. They're so good. And they're just full of so many ideas. Christina's asking, is the cheesecake in the library? So yes, it is. There's a few different ones. If you type in the library no bake cheesecake, I think one comes up that is similar base, but in the topping uses jelly. No, I don't. I don't do that. I don't add the jelly bit. I just use for the topping cream cheese and cream, basically. Also, if you type in, I think if you just type in cheesecake, one comes up that Chris made, which was a choco hazelnut one. The base I use is more that recipe for the base, but I don't bake it. So I realised the other day that Chris bakes his, but I don't. So literally what I do is blitz the pecans and the ground almonds together, mix melted butter and then a bit of sweetener, then put it in a base and then put it in the fridge so it hardens. And then whilst that's hardening, yesterday I made like the jam and then put that on top. And then I made the topping, which was 2 tubs of cream cheese, I think 200 mils of cream, a bit of vanilla. If you want to add sweetener in there, you can. And then literally blitz that together till it gets hard. So it's hard. So you could do that typical thing where you hold it over your head, but I wouldn't. And then put it on top of the cheesecake and fridge. And then put on whatever topping. I did one in our live cooking class in the members group the other day, and it was a caramel one. So didn't put much sweetener at all in the base or anything. And then made a caramel sauce, and then on the top just put the caramel sauce, or no fruit or jam in it or anything. So there's lots of different things that you can do. Yes, I would. Yeah, the jelly, I think that is because it was a lime one, so they've put lime in it. But I don't. Yeah, I never use the jelly for that. I do if I'm making something called fluff, which is literally jelly crystals with the sort of the cheesecake topping, but not with that. Oh, okay, Amanda. So yeah, so it'll probably take a few more days before you get the books, but they'll be well worth it when they come through. You'll have hours of sitting there going, I want to make that one. I want to make that one. And the other good thing about them is that it's all ingredients that you can get in any UK supermarket. So Mark and Ella use like Lidl's and Aldi's quite a lot. So when we come up with the recipes, it is all stuff that you can get from a UK supermarket. Right, okay, so the lamb is now gone brown. There's still a bit of red, so we'll just wait a little bit. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to add chopped tomatoes. So depending on how watery or how liquidy you want your keema, you can just add half a tin of chopped tomatoes. But that was with the 400 grams of lamb. I've put 500 grams in here. I do like a bit of sauce, so I'm actually going to add the whole tin. So this is, I think, 400 grams. So, not the lid. I'm going to add the whole tin of chopped tomatoes. And I'm just going to stir it. So I'm just stirring that all in. And then I'm going to put a lid on. And I'm going to wait about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to add my spices. So I'm going to put my lid on and wait 5 minutes. Now, whilst that is simmering away, I'm going to cut my paneer cheese. So paneer is sort of a very mild cheese, and it's quite firm, but when you cook it, it does really crisp up really nicely, and this sort of makes a nice, more of a bit of a crunch, a different texture when you're in your keema. So they ask for 100 grams. There's 200 in here. I'm just going to do it all because I know the family really likes the cheesy bit. And we're going to cut it into chunks and we're going to fry it. You can, if you don't want it sort of hard around the outside, you can just put it raw, as it were, into the keema. But I do like it with a little bit of a crunch. So we're going to fry it first and then we'll add it to the keema. So paneer. Afternoon, Karen. How's all your painting and everything? So a bit like halloumi, you do get a bit of juice in the packet. So make sure you throw that away. Okay, up to you what size you do your chunks. I'm going to do them quite small. So then hopefully will get even crispier. Okay. You see that all right? Yeah. So you can brown these or cook these in oil, butter, whatever you want. I'm just probably going to do it in a bit of olive oil, I think. Or you don't have to. If you've got good saucepans, you probably don't need to. But paneer is really lovely. If you want a bit different to halloumi, paneer is quite a good shout. And it also is quite, Karen, you would like it because it is quite mild, like halloumi, not as salty. So you can. We used to make wraps with paneer. So literally, it blitz egg and paneer together, and then cook them as a thin layer. And that would make sort of really nice wraps. But I don't do that now. I have the keto aroma wraps. That's what we eat all the time. Sandra saying, is it cow's milk? Oh, I don't know. Yes. Medium fat soft cheese made with pasteurized cow's milk. There you go. Who knew? Oh, I've turned on the wrong bit. So I'm just going to heat up a little bit of oil. Okay. So now I'm just going to add my spices whilst the oil's heating up for the paneer. So I'm just going to give it a stir. So it is quite watery at this stage. And again, it does depend how watery you want it, but we can bubble some of that off. So we need to add turmeric. So this gives it that really nice colour. So turmeric is 1 teaspoon. So we're going to spread it around. So 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 to 2 teaspoons of garam masala. I really like garam masala. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons. Go. And then half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of chili flakes. Right, I'm not the greatest with heat, so we're going to do about a third. And I think add the turmeric, garam masala, chili flakes, and cook over a low heat for a few minutes. Okay, so we're just going to stir that in nicely. And that you then get that colour of that turmeric, just makes it that orange paneer colour. Gorgeous. Oh, Sandra, I don't do goat's cheese either. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I think it tastes like the dirt they walk in, which is really bad. Okay, so that's that. Then we're going to add a bit of salt and pepper. There again. And then I'm going to just leave this with the lid on until I've done my paneer. I'll then add the paneer and then cook it for a further 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so my oil will be heated now. So I'm adding my paneer. I'm using the same spoon because it's going into the same dish. So we just want that to basically crisp up nicely like croutons. Okay, so Karen says she doesn't do any cheese apart from halloumi. So it was me that actually got Karen into halloumi, and I think I could get Karen into paneer. So that's our next thing, Karen. We're going to have paneer. Because I think you'd like it. It's not that much different to halloumi apart from the saltiness. Right, I'm just going to wipe down my board. In a minute, once we've added the paneer, I'm going to chop my cabbage. So you can see that. I'm going to set fire to the kitchen towel. So in here is the Swede rice left over from last night. So that will be what my daughter's boyfriend has with the paneer. I'll heat that up in the microwave. He doesn't eat cabbage. But he loves the Swede rice, which is really weird because he doesn't eat hardly any vegetables. You all been very quiet on there today. Ask me stuff. Oh, I've got a story to tell you. So, my poor dog had to go to the vets the other day and have 10 teeth out, poor thing. Ridiculous price, had to cost loads. But then the next day, well, we didn't notice it that night, but the next day she was deaf. Totally deaf, couldn't hear anything. We were clapping. It was just really, really random. So we rang the vets and also did a bit of research. They did a bit of research. And it is something that can happen after anesthetic, whatever the word is. Very, very rare, but it can happen. So we were really, obviously really worried, thinking, how are you going to do recall? How are you... Just the dog, poor dog's just going to be deaf. But then suddenly yesterday it came back. Really, really random. So if anyone else has ever had that, please let us know. That it's quite interesting that it just someone else I said I know said it may have been that where she's had the teeth out, there may have been some swelling, which sort of blocked the ear canal. But it was just so random. So that's my story. Christina, does the cheese not melt? No, it doesn't melt. So I suppose that's with halloumi, it does melt a little bit, doesn't it? But with paneer, not at all. It just doesn't. Normally, by now, it browns a bit more. So I'm a bit wondering why it's not. But I'm on a very high heat as well, so you would have thought it would. But no, you're just getting a sort of a crispy flavour to it. It doesn't melt. If you have like sag paneer and stuff like that from the Indian, this is the cheese that they use. So you do get big chunks of it. But yeah, it normally goes browner. I don't know why it's not browning as much. Okay, it will still taste nice. So Amanda's asking how much weight I've lost so far. So, hands up. If I was, if you'd asked me a few months ago, I was at my lowest weight that I've lost on this, which was I'd lost 6 stone. But the past couple of months I've had sort of hormone things and everything, so I have put some on. I've got loads more to go though. So yeah, so probably about 4 stone, I would say now. But I've got a long way to go. But it's a lifestyle. And even when I wasn't being good, I was not being anywhere like I would have been pre-doing keto, because you just your head changes. So if I was to eat some, I still didn't eat pasta or rice or anything like that. So although I was naughty, I wasn't anywhere what I was like before. So I'm just giving that a stir, and as you can see, it's thickened up, and it's just a lovely yellow, reddy, orangey colour. Lovely. Amanda loves dogs more than people. It's easier to sometimes, isn't it? As you can see, it's starting to go a bit brown around the edges. That's more like it. Hi, Mum. Hi, Rosie. Rosie, this is dinner, by the way. It'll be ready in about 20 minutes or so. We've got buttered cabbage. Kian's got sweet rice. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Jan. The hob looks purple. Oh, it's not. It looked purple the other day as well. I think it's just my camera. Dinner at 5 p.m. Yes, Rosie, I know. Dinner's early because we're doing this live. We could heat it up later, to be fair. Depends how hungry you are. So they're going a nice brown colour now. Okay, what I'm going to do, because I want that to go a bit browner, I'm going to start on my cabbage. So, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but cabbages, I don't know if it's just us down here, are sort of a bit funnier than usual. They're not as round as they were. So, buttered cabbage is one of the yummiest sides and super, super easy to do. Oh, you can see that paneer's got a nice brown to it now. No snacking later, Rosie. So I'm just going to take the outer leaves off. And literally what I'm going to do, you can cut it up actually however you want, but I'm going to cut it in sort of strips. And so I'm just going to cut it so we've got sort of thin strips. I suppose sometimes I do it sort of so it is more ricey like, but I think I want that difference between the textures with the keema. Okay. Right, I'm going to take these off now. So look, you can tell that they've gone really nice and browny and crunchy on the outside. And I'm literally going to add it to the keema and just give it a stir. And I'm going to cook this for a further 5 minutes on a low heat because it's at the consistency that I actually want. But I would just like the paneer to take on that flavour. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to turn down the back one. I'm going to put that on the back. I'm going to put my cabbage on there. And so I'm going to get some butter. Ooh. Just a blob of butter. And then that's going to melt. And I'm going to add cabbage. Okay, so there's 3 of us having the cabbage. So that's half a cabbage and 3 of us plenty. I'm using the same spoon. I know it's a bit naughty, but we're all eating the same thing. So I'm just going to coat it, make sure it's all coated in that melted butter. I'm not going to add any salt to this yet. One, because the butter is salted, but also because I'm actually going to add some of the Keet Aroma vegetable blend, which can be quite salty in itself, but it's absolutely yummy. So I'll show you that in a minute. Right, let me put this back away. Do be proud and tidying up as I go along. That isn't normally what I do. Yes, Karen, I got my saucepans back. Well, I got new saucepans. So I did have red ones that started peeling. So Ninja basically replaced the whole set. But the annoying thing is the set is slightly different and the lids are different and they don't stack as well as my other ones, which is really annoying. But they're still good. And I'm glad because I was meant to do this live a few weeks ago, but I woke up in the morning with a fright thinking I haven't got any saucepans. I can't do the live because I've got nothing to cook stuff in. I made a chili bowl last night for myself and 3 non-local. Exactly. So some of the food that we make is like anybody can eat it. It's just really healthy, good stuff. So what was in your Tex-Mex chili bowl? Where did you get your bendy chopping board from? Oh, these are IKEA. Dirt cheap from IKEA. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get the police knock on the door. I thought they were a pack of 4, so you get a grey and a blue. And it wasn't until I got home that I realised they were 2 lots joined together. So I was very naughty and got 4 for the price of 2. But I think they were about £2-3, something ridiculous like that. but they are very, very handy. All right, so you can see that the cabbage is coming on nicely. It's got all that butter covering it. Right. This is what I was saying about the shallots. So they've all gone. Look, it's all got. Look at that. It's, I don't know how old that one is. Back into bridge. Right, let me get the veg mix to show you. So this is the Keema vegetable blend. I don't know which way it shows, the vegetable blend. And it's got in it turmeric, cloves, black pepper, cumin, Kashmiri chili, coriander, cardamom, smoked paprika, garlic powder, rosemary, and thyme. So it's got lots in there. And literally, it just makes your vegetables different. It makes them zing. If I wasn't doing this live, I probably wouldn't add it because there's enough flavour in the Keema. But to show you guys something a bit different, I'm going to add it. So the butter that I've melted probably was about a tablespoon of butter. That's coated lovely, the cabbage. Now, when I add this vegetable blend, that it will help it to coat all the way around. A bit lumpy. So probably about a tablespoon of that. And literally you just stir it together so the butter is melting and attaching the blend to the cabbage. And there you go. Vegetable blend cabbage. So yummy side dish to any protein. And that is how simple it is. And you can cook it more if you like your vegetables a bit softer. You can obviously cook it more. If you want them a bit more al dente, you can have it even less. Right, I'm now going to move back to the back. I'm going to get this up. Oh, look at that. So it says 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know how long we've done it for, but that is the consistency that I really like. I'm going to taste it and then see if I need to add some more salt and pepper. I'll be good. I'll use another teaspoon. Sandra, yes, you do need a trip to IKEA. Karen, you can come around and sort my cupboards out because I haven't done them yet. 80 miles, Jan, for IKEA. That's really good. A little bit more salt, but not much. Husband's not a major fan of salt. Okay, so I've turned the heat off because what I'm now going to do to make it the creamy paneer that it is, or that it should be, I'm going to add Greek yogurt. 80 grams of Greek yogurt. So I'm not going to measure it out. I'm just going to put in 3 dessert spoons. And then, and so that might have been a little bit too much actually. Maybe not. So this just then makes it that really yummy, creamy goodness. Okay, so that's that. And then the last thing that you do is add, if you like it, because I know this is sort of, some people don't like it, is add chopped coriander. I love coriander. So I've got some special like herb scissors, and I'm just going to cut it all. And then what I tend to do is stir this in, and then I do add more on top because coriander is just yummy. Okay. So what I'm gonna now plate it up. I'm just gonna plate one up. Each up to show you it plated. So I've got my cabbage. And then go up in there. And then you spoon. Just going to put a blob of the get a bit of coriander. It's a very yellowy dish. And there you go. Lamb keema with a vegetable blend cabbage on the side. Go. And that is Sunday night dinner. So I'm going to go and call the family, and I'm going to get them down. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll take some pictures and put it on the groups as well. So have a lovely rest of your Sunday and a good week, and we'll see you soon. See you later.